cleaning it like.
Everybody, Michael here. Welcome back to yet another video. If you haven't seen already, I made my announcement video that I will be attending WrestleMania 35. I encourage you guys to go check that out. I explain about me and who I'm going with. I won't say it in this video because you guys will probably check that out. But let's get back on track with the technology. Now, that's mostly what most of you guys have been waiting to ask me. Where's all your Apple videos? Where are they? Well, I have to admit, guys, look. Apple's not doing so well right now. And this is kind of on them. Because first off, if you look at the competition is having a lot of revolutionary and newer stuff. And it's kind of sad considering that the competition has more to offer in terms of, I guess, design and price and phone. If you look at the OnePlus 16 other things, yeah, they're cheaper, but they give you so much more revolutionary and bigger things and better. And the thing with Apple is, like, they've stuck to the same tradition that they always do, but they've taken such a bad turn, like I said in my last videos, that they choose to go corporate and make corporate decisions that they think will benefit them. Well, it turns out it's not. Their iPhone sales are at the lowest I think they've ever been. The XR is not selling as well as they had hoped. The XS and XS Max aren't selling as well. And believe it or not, the only good-selling iPhone right now is the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. And that phone is literally technically out of date because, you know, it has a home button. That's what everyone will tell you. But we're going to talk about the 2019 iPhones. What can we expect from them? Can Apple somehow reclaim the whole, I guess they could reclaim the whole smartphone thing? Because right now you have companies like Huawei, OnePlus, and other things. You know, they've got some cool stuff going. So I'm going to take a look at this article that's talking about already iPhone 11s. Now keep in mind, this is this is coming next year, so we have no idea what this is going to be like. But let's pull it up. So now that the iPhone XS and XS Max are finally out, it's safe to say that the iPhone 11 should be a good successor. Well, apparently this website is here saying that it may be the same launch date as every iPhone. However, the website is saying that it may be a little cheaper because depending on that $9.99, $10.99 price tag, you can see people are starting to get more smarter. This is why I'm so happy that the average consumer and people are literally, in general, are just like Apple. Nobody wants to pay $1,000 for a phone. Even if you say, oh, we could do monthly finances and stuff, they're still ultimately paying $1,000 and more if you add on the taxes and fees. With that said, though, I think personally they should really consider a price reduction on the XS and XS Max. It's just ridiculous. That's why I didn't upgrade this year, and also the features weren't enough. Well, this next year's iPhone is rumored to have newer specs, modern-day specs, meaning that we will get the same three models. They will give a major design overhaul for the next iPhones. Ming-Chi Kuo has said that apparently they will look almost exactly the same as the iPhone Xs. However, there will be a few subtle changes. Now, Apple has patented a new embedded camera inside the display, which means no more notch, and it is a true edge-to-edge display, which is something similar to what Galaxy, I think, is doing. But whether or not we will see this technology come in or not remains to be seen. Ming-Chi Kuo says that Apple is going to stick with Face ID. It will be more quicker and reliable when 2019 rolls around. As he also says, it will have a better chip, as we always know. Next thing we have on the iPhone 11, they will have better cameras. It will be an A13 Bionic chip. That's what they're hoping to call it. They will probably have better cameras that will have more to offer, like the Huawei P20 Pro, the Google Pixels, and the iPhone may support 5G networks. So that's what I'm saying to everybody that bought this year, you should have waited because next year, the phones are going to support 5G. Now, whether or not 5G comes out or not, it's good to know that your phone can be able to support it. And I think that's good enough to know. So you can always trade it next year. But if you're stuck with it, you're stuck with it. So, yep, that's the benefit of waiting. And finally, Ming-Chi Kuo says they will also offer a little more colors with the more premium models. So we already have 3 colors now. They're looking to go back to the rose gold option. And yeah, those are all for the iPhone 11. Now, I usually believe Ming-Chi Kuo when he says those leaks, but this is what I truly believe. I don't think we're going to get a major redesign because the design is still recent. I do think that Apple will reduce the notch. I really do hope that they work to try to make it smaller or try to figure out with that new patent that they put, because I think it's important to try to eliminate the notch and also give your users a edge-to-edge display, which is Samsung is trying to do. If they can do what Samsung's doing, it will definitely change the game. In terms of cameras, they are saying it may be a 3-camera lens phone. I really don't understand why you need 3 cameras on a phone, but hey, at this point, the market, people need it, so what the hell. If the Google Pixel can literally just use 1 camera and output like better than 2 cameras, I think it says it all, so just saying. Next up, wireless charging will still be there. So, overall, what do I think of the 2019 iPhones? Well, it's too far away to make any calls, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds more like an again, I don't see any reason to upgrade. It's not worth an investment, and also, I just don't see it. I mean, okay, if there's a suitable, okay, I've had the iPhone 10 for a year now. Next year will be 2 years. So usually around the 3rd year, I would think to upgrade. I want to get the Plus model. I do say that. But this is what it would take for Apple to literally get me to switch. First off, and you're going to be surprised, the first thing I say, they need to make a product red version in the premium iPhone XS or XS Max colors. Now, the iPhone XS and XS Max don't come in product red, only the budget device. But if I get the budget device, which, well, it's really not a budget device, but if I get the 10R, that's a downgrade for me versus what I have now. So I'd rather wait. So I really hope Apple implements product red into the premium lineup, because I think people will pay for product red. I love their red colors. That's one. Number 2, they need to really consider a price reduction. Make the iPhone XS version, the 5.8-inch, make that $899, and then make the premium model $999. Then you can be like, okay, that's what it should have been this year. But Apple keeps taking a fucking cheap, greedy route. They don't want to save you money. So, look, if Apple can at least deduct the cost on the expensive device, we'll be happy. It's like saying, for example, I go on a date with my girlfriend. I go out to Dave & Buster's and shit. Oh, that's right, she can get in, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, if you're going to Dave & Buster's, you want to spend your money and spend it wisely. You don't want to spend on cheap shit. Haha, somebody I know. But the point is, you got to spend your money on things that are cheap and affordable, but also you get the best out of it. Apple needs to really implement a lot for your money. And what you're paying for right now is really nothing. And you're only paying for iOS. You're not paying for the device. The device itself is fine. You could probably get the same shit. It's the same build quality. It's just the chips are different. Number 3, besides the color and price reduction, they also need to have more specs. Now, 5G is definitely a consideration for me. If they decrease the size of the notch and also make it a little more screen, then I'll definitely be interested. If they upgrade the quality of the OLED display, because they're pretty much the same, if they do have 3 cameras and they also have a little more, then maybe I'll consider upgrading. But if they don't get that price reduction down to 9, because I feel like next year, they're going to start the next iPhone XS and XS Max versions. They're going to probably start that at $1,099 and then $1,199. And you got to ask yourself, how is that even normal to spend $1,000 on a phone? Because it's not. So Apple, if you have any balls or any brains, please lower the price, at least by $100. That's all we're asking. Don't go out and make budget devices that you're saying, oh, if you don't want this and that. Just please stop being fucking cheap. Your sales are proving it. You want your customers back. Start fucking selling things cheaper. And finally, my last option to consider getting the new phone, it would also have to be, what would it have to be? Oh yeah, that's right. It would have to be USB Type-C. If the iPhone next year is not USB Type-C, I'm not switching over. At this point, they're going to get rid of the lightning cable. So if the iPhone next year is not with USB Type-C, then I'm not switching. That's plain and simple. But that's going to do it. I really hope you guys understand what the next year's iPhones are looking like. I guess this is what I really hope. I'll keep you guys up to date. You know me with the next iPhones. I don't know what they're going to call it. We're just going off iPhone 11. But that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, what do you think of these whole iPhone rumors and what's going on? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and peace.